and you connect these devices together. So what you do then is connect these devices together, so each of them will see each other on layer 2. And then you configure your IPv6 Onion IP address within the virtual machine. Of course, not on the top device, but within the virtual machine. So, and the nice behavior of this is that these machines are really completely encapsulated into the Tor or into the OnionCat network. Because that's a little bit a problem which could occur, that you leak some information. That's not because of OnionCat. That's always if you provide hidden services. If you not configure that these services you provide in the right way, there may be information leaks. Okay, but if you have a completely encapsulated machine, there is no way to leak information. Of course, if you do not enter your username and who you are here, yeah? But not from outside, from the kernel, IP, whatever tables, okay? So, well, yes, this works really good. Let's talk about bootstrapping OnionCat. How do we put some life into the OnionCat scene?
Which is the reason why we are here now. What is available now? We got the fully functional OnionCat client to download. It runs on Linux, on OpenBSD, FreeBSD, and on Mac OS X. We couldn't manage to port it to Windows right now because it's a little tricky thing to use the OpenVPN implementation. The OpenVPN guys did a very good job there. And you can get it on the URL we posted here. You don't have to remember it. You just go onto the slides we provide for downloading, or maybe you got the proceedings.
Yes, if you go to the on the homepage from the conference, there is for each talk is a website. So if you go to our talks website, these URL you find there, so you don't have to write it down now.
Okay. And we implemented the very first service for public use. It's the OnionCat service registration website. You even don't have to remember the IPv6 address. And as soon as you're there, you can post your own services so that everyone that uses OnionCat has the ability to browse through. There's no search engine, so this is a very easy way in wiki style to get the locations where you can get further information or services within OnionCat. A service we already raised is an SMTP and MPP3 service. We will provide an interface to register your very own mailbox there. It's not implemented right now, but you can just send us a mail to the mailing lists, and we will try to give you access to the whole system. We implemented DNS. This is a very tricky thing. We just invented a new top-level domain called .cat. And the DNS resolves the .cat addresses, but you can't just easily use it by inserting the IPv6 address into your named into your resolve.conf. So there is a little work to be done. Maybe anyone out there who is very familiar with DNS could help us there. That's bad.
Okay, somebody mentioned that this top-level domain already is in use for some country. I don't know. We also didn't know. Maybe we change it.
Is it a country or is it a free registration? Okay. Well.
Catalonian.
So much for geographics.
Okay, we are sorry for that.
But it would be a nice name, yeah? Okay. And we already have an IRC service. Some guy in the USA implemented an IRC server for us. And you can join us there. The channel is #OnionCat. And yeah, let's talk about different things there. I hope we can populate the channel a little bit. Well, the only thing is maybe you have to wait a little bit for answers because we write very accurate, but Tor... Okay, what can you do now? The first thing is support the Tor project. Of course, the most important thing is the more users Tor has and the more users Tor can also use to provide the circuits, we think the speed will grow as soon as a huge amount of people use it. Also use OnionCat and provide OnionCat services. This is very important for the bootstrapping, of course, because the more services are available, the more interesting the whole thing will get for other people. And talk to us. We need feedback. We got a mailing list, onioncat@cypherpunk.at. We also will provide a mailing list inside OnionCat through our OnionCat mail server. And please help us porting OnionCat to other OSs, especially Windows, because as we already mentioned, the thing is the OpenVPN trick inside there.
Porting it to Windows is, I think, important. We ported it ourselves to other operating systems, but as long as you stay in the Unix world, it's more or less easy. There is, well, some slight differences, but it's not a big deal to do this. But porting it to Windows is something different. There is nothing like /dev, so you can't connect to a character device or anything else. Well, we hope that maybe here is somebody who could help us a little bit in porting it. I think that we should use the top driver from OpenVPN. I also talked to some guys from OpenVPN, and I get some help from there, but it's not easy because I don't have any idea how to write software on Windows. Okay. Well, okay, so that's the major parts. Are there any questions?
Could you maybe bridge that tab device you talked about? Could you maybe also bridge that with a physical Ethernet device?
Yes, of course, of course.
And then maybe provide an entire LAN with OnionCat?
Yes, that also would work, but if you bridge it to a complete network with physical machines, you maybe have to set up routing. It depends on how you configure your network, but basically it works, yes. Don't be shy. We speak German, so you can also ask in German.
OpenVPN is supposed to be working in about half a year with Tor when they implement UDP support. I think it's in their 3-year roadmap, and it's supposed to be half a year away.
Do you mean that OpenVPN supports some kind of Tor transport? Is it?
No, it's supposed to work well, kind of right out of the box when Tor has the UDP and TCP support. Currently, it only has TCP support.
Okay, you mean if Tor supports UDP, then it would be possible to transport OpenVPN through Tor?
Exactly.
Yes, of course, that's possible to do this. But OpenVPN is really a VPN. And if you transport the OpenVPN packets through Tor, they exit somewhere. The big benefit of OnionCat is that we use hidden services, so the traffic never exits. And the second thing is that we have this kind of dynamic setup. We translate the hidden service URL to an IPv6 address, so nobody has to do some setup. They are automatically connected together in a closed user group.
Is the software good enough to be distributed for Linux distribution or something like that for the moment?
You mean if we build some packages for distributions?
Yeah.
Well, the short answer is no. A little bit longer answer, I talked to some guys here on the Congress, and I hope that we will get some packages for Debian and other distributions, but that's a real hard work. That's the most work. Coding this stuff is nothing compared to getting packages right and writing autoconf and automake and all that stuff. So we do not have any packages currently. But download it, configure, make, install. It's really, it should work. There are no much dependencies currently, so it should be easy for everybody who is familiar with compiling software to use it. Okay.
Does a hidden service have to run on a Tor node actually, or is a Tor connection from my hidden service server sufficient? And the other question is, when can I reach Pirate Bay via this service?
Sorry, I didn't understand the second question. But the first question, basically you do not need hidden services on both ends. You just need it on one end, of course. But if you don't have a hidden service configured, we cannot do this translation stuff because there is no onion URL. So you would have to configure the IP address on the one end, on the client end yourself. But it would work, yes.
And for the second question, just ask the guys at the Pirate Bay to host the services into OnioCat. It's that simple.
Well, I just have a proposal for the top-level domain. Just call it dog.
We also thought about calling it snail because it's slow.
Onion snail.
Is it also working through NAT?
Is it working through NAT? Well,
with the IPv4 extension, it should work with NAT. So if you
well,
implement...
yes, it should work, of course. So you don't have to have Tor and OnionCat on the same host. Tor can be somewhere else. You just have to make sure that the OnionCat can reach the SOCKS port on the SOCKS interface of the Tor proxy. So if there is NAT in between, it doesn't matter because, well, yeah, it's transparent this way. It's a TCP session.
With some statical NAT entries and with the IPv4, it should be easily possible.
No, dynamically, it would work through.
Okay.
No more questions, then I'd like to thank both of the speakers for their informative talk and small applause.